basketball, hockey, wrestling, soccer, other sports. Gotta do it. Making it all the difference. It's just Cutter Top 10 time! Hey there, ho there. It's a new theme song. It's a new time. It's time to be rejuvenated. It's Cutter Top 10. Don't you forget it. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. And this time we're looking at the top 10 worst goalies in Leafs history. We did top 10 worst in Habs history. Might as well do it this one. Number 10, Ron Lowe, the former head coach of the Oilers. That one, yes. In 1972, the Leafs lost Bernie Parent to WHA, and Jacques Plante was getting close to retirement, or so we thought. Their goalie depth chart was getting thin, so they decided to go with the 22-year-old Ron Lowe. Ron Lowe was 12-24-4 in the first season after losing Parent, which isn't bad. It was okay. The next season, the Leafs acquired better goaltending depth, and Lowe was sent down to the minors. And he was left unprotected in the 1974 expansion draft, and the Capitals decided to take a chance. He actually played 400 games in the NHL, which isn't bad. But he wasn't ready to be in the NHL when the Leafs forced him to. Number 9, Doug Favell. Doug Favell played parts of 3 seasons with the Leafs. In his first season in 1974, he shared the net with 2 goalies in Doug Wilson and Ed Johnston. Yeah, Eddie Johnston, former Bruin, by the way. Number 9. So anyway, he played 32 games and had a good .271 goals against average. But the next season, it was a disaster. 12 wins in 39 games. He suffered a major elbow injury. And then Favell wanted to leave the NHL for good because of his injury. Favell was actually the one who was traded to the Leafs from Philly for the rights to Bernie Parent. Number 8, Don Beaupre. Don Beaupre, Waterloo native. When he was acquired in a trade with the Islanders, he was 34 years old and 656 NHL games under his belt. Most notably for the Washington Capitals and the Minnesota North Stars. He was the North Stars goalie when they went to the 81 finals. So anyway, the hope was that he could be a good backup for Felix Potvin, who was pretty good. But Father Time caught up with Beaupre, and his reflexes slowed down. In 11 games with the Leafs over 2 seasons, he had a .484 goals against and a .43 save percentage. But he would be in the minors and would not have another playoff run. Number 7, Vasa Toskala. Toskala looked like a good backup goalie for the Sharks. Of course, when you back up Gino Nabokov after Mika Kiprusoff left for Calgary, it was huge. The Leafs decided that they needed to make him a number 1 goalie. So they decided to trade a first round, second round, and fourth round pick to acquire him. And they picked up Mark Bell, who was supposed to be this guy, but his alcohol issues just ruined his career. Toskala did decent in 2007-2008. He did win 33 games for the Leafs, but that was the year. I think that was the year that he gave up that bouncing puck against Rob Davison and the New York Islanders on Long Island. Toskala only lasted a season and a half because his numbers ballooned in a bad way. And when Jonas the Monster Gustafsson was signed by the Leafs, Toskala was sent to Anaheim. Number 6, Grant Fuhr. Grant Fuhr was fantastic. He was Edmonton's star goalie, but unfortunately he had cocaine issues and a few other things. A cocaine suspension nearly wiped out his 1990 season. And of course that was when Bill Ranford somehow became a playoff goalie. Of course, Grant Fuhr got injured in 1991, losing his spot to Ranford. So basically he was expendable. The Leafs decided to send Peter Ing. That's the guy's name. I'm not kidding. The Leafs' number 1 goalie in 1991 was Peter Ing. I have his card with the Leafs. They sent him to Edmonton for Grant Fuhr in that big 7-player deal that included Luca Richardson, Scott Thornton, Craig Berube, Glenn Anderson, and someone else. I don't know who else was involved in that trade, but it doesn't matter. Ken Linsman. That's who it was, Ken Linsman. So anyway, Grant Fuhr was made the new starter of the Leafs, and they thought, hey, you know what? After that 91 season was rubbish, they were the second worst team in the league. They should have had the number 3 draft pick, but they traded that to New Jersey for Tom Krugers back in '89, which meant the Devils got the pick and got Scott Niedermayer. So anyway, the Leafs were hoping he would provide stable goaltending. Unfortunately, Fuhr's time was a year and a half, including a 12-1 decimation in Pittsburgh that's on YouTube. And he played through all 12 goals given up, which was terrible. In his only full season with the Leafs, Fuhr won 25, lost 33, and tied 5, with giving up 230 goals. But Grant Fuhr lost the starting role to rookie Felix Potvin, who came up as a major sensation, and then Grant Fuhr was sent to Buffalo for Dave Vanderchuk. So that trade worked out all right. Number 5, Justin Pogge. Justin Pogge didn't play a lot of games for the Leafs. He was a highly touted prospect in 2004, and the Leafs took him in the 3rd round. Pogge's prospect status skyrocketed when he played for Calgary in the WHL, and he was the goaltender of the year, and a part of the 2005 World Junior team that finally got a gold medal after so many years of trying. After a few good years with the Marlies in the AHL, Pogge made his NHL debut in 2009. But in 7 appearances, he was 1-4-1, and then I believe he went to Anaheim himself. The worst part is they actually picked Pogge over Tuukka Rask to be a top prospect for the Leafs. And of course, Rask was traded to Boston for Andrew Raycroft. Raycroft stunk it up, even though he had 36 wins 1 year for the Leafs. And Tuukka Rask is a bona fide starter. Number 4, Vincent Tremblay. Vincent Tremblay played 4 years for the Leafs and was a victim of the weak Leafs defense in the 80s. He was usually the 3rd goalie on the depth chart. But in 1982, he actually split time with Michel Bunny Larocque. Bet you didn't know Bunny Larocque was a Leaf? But anyway, in 40 games, Tremblay was 10, 18, and 8 with a 4.52 goals against. Tremblay lost a lot of confidence and was sent to Pittsburgh in a deal. And of course, he was the goalie that stunk it up for Pittsburgh that made sure that Pittsburgh got Mario Lemieux in the draft. Number 3, Rick St. Croix. St. Croix was a big backup for Philadelphia. And when the Flyers traded Pete Peters to Boston, St. Croix thought, okay, I got the starter's job. Nope, it actually happened to Palle Lindbergh. They gave it to Palle Lindbergh after he proved himself worthy in the AHL and all that. St. Croix decided to demand a trade, and the Leafs picked him up. St. Croix would play 3 seasons with the Leafs, combining for 11 wins, 28 losses, and 2 ties with a 4.67 goals against, which was terrible. Number 2, Andrew Raycroft. And speaking of Andrew Raycroft, his tenure only lasted 1 full season. He did win 37 games in 2007 for the Leafs. And the Leafs were so close to getting to the playoffs if it wasn't for the Devils choking against the Islanders in the shootout on the final day of the year. The Leafs would have got into the 8th seed. Probably lost Buffalo, but never mind. Despite those numbers, Raycroft struggled. He was actually 49th in goals against. Weird enough. No matter how Raycroft played, the Leafs fans always remember who they gave up. And it was, of course, Tuukka Rask, like I said. Raycroft will only play 91 games in a Leaf outfit. Weird. And number 1, Kitchener's Don Edwards. Probably the best Kitchener goalie to be in the NHL until Steve Mason came along. Mike Torchia doesn't count. But anyway, Don Edwards had 5 good years with the Sabres to start his career. He won the Vezina in 1980, which was good. He was traded to Calgary for some reason, and his numbers dropped considerably in 3 years. So the Leafs decided to pick up Edwards, hoping he would bring back the magic with the Buffalo Sabres. He would play 38 games for the Leafs, only winning 12 of them with a 4.78 goals against. As to say, it probably made Kitchener goalies stink to high heaven. So anyway, that's it for this Cutter Top 10. There'll be another Top 10 coming up soon enough.